There's a confusion that I see in the gun industry from a lot of pages, and what I'm seeing in this trend is creators are starting to act like news channels when really they're just like the tabloids that you see in a gas station, or you walk into a grocery store and you see all of the gossip magazines and things like that. That's what I'm seeing a trend happening. The reason they're doing that is because authentic, real content that is building of a community is actually very difficult. It doesn't get as much engagement. It doesn't get as many clicks, likes, views, subscribes. People flock to this negativity, and it's not just this industry. Look at it in the news. What sells ad slots better? A positive story of someone changing someone's life, or a constant barrage of negativity that's clickbait that gets us engaged and fired up and angry? The reality is you all know this because you've experienced it. You have experienced on the news when somebody puts out this negative story about a politician or a regulation that's going into place, and it gets everybody fired up. It gets this hornet's nest flowing, and it gets eyeballs on the screen. So when you see these creators doing this, I want us as a community to audit them. I want us to step up and stand up and speak truth into their life. And just today, I'm not gonna talk about who it was, I'm not gonna mention names or what company, but there's a company that supposedly is going bankrupt in the community, and immediately what I see are creators that are spewing negative garbage at them, basically wishing for their demise, rather than saying, was it a community that was worth, or I should say a company that was worth standing? If they were, why didn't we support them? If they were a good company or a bad company, why are we wishing on the downfall? Why are we preying on failure of people? When something like a company fails or someone in their personal life fails, ultimately that's an opportunity for growth, okay? You don't grow into who you're meant to become by getting it right every single time. You actually learn through the failures. So if something comes to an end, there's a couple things that I recognize. For one, let's say everything I touch fell apart one day. Then I'm gonna look at that and say, God willed that. It was His will in my life to go a different direction. There's a lesson learned there. Were my actions what led up to that? Probably, and I have guilt in that. Just like if some other business fails or someone makes a huge mistake, they have guilt in it. That's not saying that bad things just come to us for no reason. Sometimes they come as a result of our actions. Sometimes they do come for what we feel is no reason, but there's a broader purpose at play, and there's a lesson to be learned there, and through those failures we actually can become better, and our community can become better. I'm not against people talking about a company or a person that's having issues or a fallout of a brand. I'm not against that, but what I am seeing a trend is this just attraction to gossip and slander. And what is gossip and slander? Gossip and slander is not sharing the truth, okay? Sharing the truthful facts of something that's happening is not inherently gossip. When it becomes gossip is when the intention of the words that you are saying are meant to break people apart. And if you are saying things on the internet with the intention of bringing an end to somebody or something, especially when you don't have the facts, that's gossip, that's slander, that's vitriol, that's the negative, most sinful, dark components of humanity. When we prey on the weakness and the downfall of others, when we have as many faults as everybody else. You watching this video have mistakes in your life and decisions you've made that you hope and pray nobody ever finds out about. We all have it. We're all broken, sinful, we've all made mistakes. Even if, again, you're not a believer, you've made mistakes and you've made really bad decisions in your life. That's part of our human experience because we are not perfect. So then why are we so quick to judge other people in our space when we know that if all of us, someone could just look at us with x-ray vision and just list out the stupid things that we've done, we know we don't want that on the screen. And I know so many of you that are engaging in that might land on this video are saying, well, if they didn't want that, why were they in front of a camera? Here's the deal, guys. It doesn't matter if we choose to sit in front of a camera and try to lead our business or grow a brand, a personal brand, a gun review channel, or whatever it is. That does not give license for somebody to just go after that person to try to drag every mistake that they've made out into the public sphere. It's not right. It's not ethical. If we are going to be an ethical community of people that are cohesive, that actually care about each other and care about furthering our rights, then every single waking second that we are in this space, posting a comment, posting a video, talking on a blog, writing a blog, sending a newsletter should be with the intention of building, not breaking each other apart. And the difference here is a lot of you are hiding behind this gossip by calling it accountability. That's not accountability. Accountability would be you sending a private email to the company and saying, I don't appreciate what you guys are doing. I have questions. I want to know all the facts, but with where you're currently at, I can't support you and I don't agree with your stance. That's accountability. Accountability is also saying, if you don't like TA targets because of our stance, you can quietly go spend money somewhere else. You can vote with your dollars, and ultimately you can allow the actions of that person to bring forth their own demise, and you don't even have to be involved in it. But further, there is an extreme danger in just begging for the demise of other people and hoping for the downfall of others. Some of us that are watching this, you might believe in God and you may believe in a judgment at the end of your life. Other people believe in karma and believe the universe levels the playing field. No matter what you believe, I think it's dangerous for us to be putting all of that negative energy out there and that negative mindset, because negative attracts negative. You don't build things positively by just being a negative person. Think about the people in your life that you don't like anything to do with. You don't want to be around them because all they do is put other people down. And those of you that are hungry for gossip, there's something in your soul that you need to dig into. You need to figure out the brokenness inside of yourself and solve that, because what you're doing is projecting that onto others. All of those times that I got riled up and I engaged in that, because I've said this in every video, I've not been perfect at this and I've made some major mistakes by just having the freedom of saying whatever I want on the internet without having the risk of getting punched in the mouth. But you need to look at and audit why you're doing what you're doing. Before you put that comment out, dig into your soul and your spirit and say, why am I doing this? Why am I so fired up about this? There is a herd mentality and this tribal negativity that happens, not just in this space, but in the world in general. People flock to that negativity, and it is extremely, extremely destructive. So if you want to be a builder, you want to be a community member that actually cares about people and wants to see a positive impact on the world, you will not do that by engaging in the negativity. Companies like ours, when we see creators doing that, we are going to keep our distance from them. And I know a lot of you, when I said that in the T-Rex Arms video, I said I'm keeping a list. You mistook what I said. That list is not to go public. That list is for me to say, when someone comes to us, which they do every single week, creators come to us and say, I want to work with you and partner. When I see those creators reach out to us, because frankly, we make the best steel targets in the game. If you want to be representing the best, highest performance targets made here in the US, people come to TA. If that's you and you're engaging in that negative slander and that gossip, and I see that all over your page, I'm like, no, I don't want to touch it. I will not entertain working with people like that. A lot of you mistook that as us engaging in the same thing, but there's a difference there. I'm also willing to engage in grace and give grace and forgiveness to folks if they own those actions. So that's not a forever locked out, never going to work with them. But for now, I'm paying very, very close attention to this community, because what I'm seeing is a trend from creators. And those of you that are watching, some of you big creators that might land on this channel, shame on you for engaging this. Shame on you for pushing this negativity into this community and trying to break people apart to stroke your own ego. Your ego is weak and fragile, and so you feel this need to just project that outward and take advantage of these people that are failing. Shame on you for that. If we engage in that, shame on us for that, because that is not a constructive action. And I'm imploring you to do some auditing of your heart and your mind and figuring out, why are you chasing negative engagement? The other thing that I've learned, if you're a creator and you have these negative videos going out and people are just foaming at the mouth all over your channel, those are not the ones that are supporting you. The loudest, most negative people statistically, they are not the ones that are going to build your brand. And I promise you, they're not the ones that you want beside you. You do not want your entire following to be built up with people that desire the downfall of others. That will in turn at some point get pointed back at you when your life and your laundry gets aired out for everybody else to see. So this video is just a call to action in a simple way. Love other people, extend grace, make sure that you are operating at a higher standard. We've heard that thrown around for probably since 2015, operate at higher standards. If we are focused only on shooting with those higher standards and we're not focused on our morality and our ethical nature with those higher standards, we're missing about 80% of the equation. I don't care if you're a good shooter, if you're a horrible person. And I don't care about your shooting skill if you're a great person, because the shooting skill is a small component of that we can learn over time. The ethical, moral compass that we all hold is far more important in this community. So I want you guys to just audit what you're doing, what you're saying, and what you're thinking. And before you hit post, ask yourself 2 questions. 1, if I was in public and I said that to somebody, would they punch me in the mouth? If the answer to that is yes, don't say it. Number 2, if it's not building somebody up, let's just pause on posting that, hold our opinions to ourselves, and instead find good companies that we can get behind and put a positive comment on those good companies and spread the word about them. Instead of spreading the word about the negative company that you want to fail, let them reap what they sow. Let them just experience their own actions coming to fruition, and instead put your energy and your mindset towards the ones that you want to succeed and you want to see around in the community, because that is going to be a far more productive use of your time, and it is also going to be productive for everybody else. So I appreciate you all. Get down in the comment section, let's talk about it. I don't care about the brands. I don't need to be sharing names and things, so don't even get involved in any of that down in the comment section. Keep it productive, full of grace, love each other, build a community. And if you guys feel called to support us, our website's always linked down in the description. We always share some inexpensive products that you can purchase that are gonna make you better, that help us to continue doing these videos and talking directly to you. I appreciate you more than you know. See you in the next one.